This morning, hundreds of potential jurors will gather at the Glenn County Courthouse as jury selection begins in the trial of three men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. More than a year and a half after Arbery's death, father and son Gregory and Travis McMichael will stand trial, accused of grabbing their weapons and chasing Arbery down as he was jogging through a South Georgia neighborhood. Their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, also on trial for joining the chase and recording it on his cell phone in that video that went viral. The men claimed there had been burglaries in the area and they were trying to carry out a citizen's arrest. For days now, people have gathered outside the Glenn County Courthouse and across the small town of Brunswick in honor of Ahmaud Arbery. Members of his family say they are looking for justice and healing.
We do want justice. We want justice, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been happening too long.
Social justice groups are already talking about what the outcome of this trial will mean for Georgia and the country overall. Mara Sirianni joining us in studio this morning with more on that angle. Mara, already so much has changed.
Yeah, this case has already sparked rallies and movements here, and Georgia's actually already seen major changes like the enactment of a hate crimes law, as well as a major update to its citizens arrest law. So in June of 2020, Governor Brian Kemp signed a bipartisan hate crimes law. The law imposes additional penalties for crimes motivated by race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, and disability. Nearly a year later, the governor repealed a portion of the citizens arrest law. Attorney Gerald Griggs believes regardless of the verdicts here, the outcome of the trial will spark even more change in Georgia and beyond.
I think we're going to see a coming together that needs to happen. You know, there's been a lot of divisive rhetoric in Georgia and around the country for the last, 5 to 10 years. And I think this trial can start that healing process with accountability.
And back to this process of jury selection, it gets underway, as we mentioned this morning, and officials say it's really going to be one of the biggest hurdles in this case. That's finding neutral jurors, again, because of how high profile this case is.
All right, Mara, that is an angle we will continue to follow closely. We know it's going to be a long journey to dwindle that number down. Thank you. All three men standing trial for murder are also facing federal hate crime charges. The Justice Department claims the McMichaels and Bryan interfered with Arbery's right to use a public street because of his race. A separate trial for that case will be held in February. You won't see hate crime charges brought against them at the state level because the law was changed here in Georgia after Arbery was killed. And be sure to stick with 11 Alive for the latest on this trial. We're going to be posting all of the important updates from the courtroom on 11alive.com and, of course, bringing you the highlights on air. You can also sign up for alerts through the 11 Alive app.